Hey guys, so what is the difference between drug assisted intubation, rapid sequence intubation, and delayed sequence intubation? So I think what you'll find is that the term rapid sequence intubation, or RSI, is thrown around pretty easily. And honestly, it's probably one of the most less or least used techniques. So what you normally see in the field or pre-hospitally anyways, or you know what, honestly by responsible people, is what they call a drug-assisted intubation. So essentially what that means is that you're starting out by intubating by using sedatives. Okay, you're trying to depress the central nervous system to the point where your patient is now capable of being intubated, which means that you've sedated them to the point where they are, well, sedated, but not just that, but also you've taken away their gag reflex by depressing the central nervous system, which is okay. That's essentially what we're trying to do. Where it becomes rapid, okay? Now, hold on, before I even get into that, if at some point you try your sedatives and that the sedatives that you are cleared to use by your medical director have not depressed the CNS enough to where you still have a gag reflex, essentially, or possibly trismus or something like that. Okay, and that's where you fail into using the paralytic. This is a responsible way to address this. Don't just, boom, here's my sedative, boom, here's my paralytic, let's just do everybody like this. It's dangerous, it's wrong, and you're going to kill somebody, okay? So essentially what I'm trying to say here is with drug-assisted intubation, you're going to fail into using your paralytic. You tried your sedatives, it's not working, or they're sedated, but you haven't been able to get rid of that gag reflex or trismus, and now you're going to give the paralytic to remove the muscles out of this equation, okay? Now, RSI, which is a term that gets thrown around pretty loosely, RSI technically is where you take the paralytic, you take the sedatives, and you practically cocktail them into your patient, okay? Boom, here you go, you get them all at once. Why would you ever do something like that? Well, honestly, you're to a point where it's a crash intubation. The patient is crash. Maybe you have some aggressive angioedema, or you just pulled them out of a house fire, and you know their airway is swelling rapidly, or something like that, and you have to intubate them in a very rapid fashion. That's what RSI is. Okay, it's very dangerous. Honestly, why is it so dangerous? Number one is because paralytics are dangerous, and two, if you're doing anything in a rapid fashion, you don't have the time to really assess the fact that your patient is even prepared to receive those drugs. It just is what it is. Now, the last one is my personal favorite, and it's what they call delayed sequence intubation. Delayed sequence is essentially you're using a sedative to relax your patient, to allow them to accept your prep work, your pre-oxygenation, preparing the hemodynamics for the intubation, okay? So the best one, honestly, is ketamine. Think about it like this. You take somebody who is extremely short of breath and hypoxic, who is not receptive to you putting a mask on their face, i.e. like BVM, non-rebreather, even CPAP. Yes, even CPAP, absolutely. You want to talk about the ultimate pre-oxygenator? Your CPAP is amazing when used appropriately. But so you have somebody who's essentially fighting you, trying to pre-oxygenate them. Give them half a dose of ketamine. They will chill out. And ketamine also has some beta-2, it's beta-2 agonist. It will it'll dilate bronchioles. It will improve their ability to accept being pre-oxygenated. and it chills them out. You know, it lowers down that sympathetic nervous system. It's pretty great. Give them a half dose, right? Give them the 1 per kilogram. Pre-oxygenate them. Prepare the hemodynamics. Take your time doing what is right so that person will accept your procedure. Okay? That's the delay. You're delaying by preparing. Okay? And then you can give them the rest of the sedatives, right? And then, give them the paralytic if it's appropriate. Okay, guys? I hope that helps. Thanks.